Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we are back with a start and sit video for the quarterback position for Week 5 of the NFL. Hopefully you guys have checked out my waiver wire video, and of course continue to check out all my other start and sit video for all the different positions to help you guys out. We're going to go matchup per matchup to give you guys some insight of players you should start and sit, so let's jump into it. So Week 5 of the NFL is here, and we are talking quarterback position. We're going to be going over each matchup of players that I really like, and of course players that don't really like this week, and hopefully give you some insight of players you should be putting in your lineup. Hopefully you guys have obviously gone and checked out all my other start and sit videos as well, and of course if you have questions, hit me up in the comments down below. So we're going to start with the NFL matchup on Thursday, which is between the 49ers and the Rams. Now, Brock Purdy is obviously be dealing with an injury. He should be out, which means Mac Jones gets another start. I actually am not crazy about Mac Jones for this start, only because the matchup against the Los Angeles Rams is a pretty tough one. Rams have actually been one of the top 10 defenses against quarterbacks. On top of that, Mac Jones will not be with Pearsall, will not be with Juwan Jennings. He's going to be playing with wide receivers like Robinson and Bourne, and even Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I mean, these are guys who are just kind of picked up off the street, kind of left for forgotten. But again, this is something I'm worried. So Mac Jones, I don't feel comfortable. Now, I am going to start Matthew Stafford. And realistically, the 49ers defense, again, dealing with injuries, this is all the 49ers have been dealing with, is they are still allowing a decent amount of points to the quarterback position, right? Like, that's something of a concern. They've allowed a 20-point game, a 25-point game. Like, again, like, they've had some decently sized games. Matthew Stafford has actually been on fire lately. He's one of the better quarterbacks. He's starting to move up in the rankings. He's, as of right now, top 15. He's starting to move up even higher. And with that said, you got to love Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams as his weapons on the outside. So for me, Matthew Stafford is a must start just because I love the matchup. And again, being at home should help him. Being that he's got Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, love the matchup. Now, jumping into the Sunday game, you got an early game on Sunday morning at 9:30, which is going to be between the Vikings versus the Browns. Not a super exciting matchup, but a game that again, it's going to be fun to watch just to wake up, especially on the East Coast at 9:30 in the morning. Love it. Now, between the two quarterbacks, I don't love this matchup for either one. Carson Wentz and Joe Flacco, I am really nervous. Both defenses are really, really good. Flacco has not played well. Now, there's a chance that he gets benched. There's a really high chance. So if he does, even if they go to Gabriel or Shadir Sanders, I still don't love the matchup. I'm going to sit any quarterback in this one, but enjoy the game on Sunday morning. Now, jumping into the 1 o'clock games, and one of the games I want to mention is going to be the Raiders versus the Colts. This one, kind of a risky start with Daniel Jones. I do think he has some value. Raiders have kind of struggled a little bit. They're giving up a decent amount of points. When you're looking at what their matchups, right now they've allowed an average of 17 points to the quarterback position. They've allowed 18 points to Herbert. They've allowed 20 points to Marcus Mariota. Now, they did a pretty good job stopping Drake May and Caleb Williams. They didn't go as high as you had expected, but I do have a risky start when it comes to Daniel Jones. He is more in a deeper league. You're going to put him in your lineup because he has played fairly well. He's not a top tier quarterback, but he's done a pretty good job for this offense. And if you look at Daniel Jones, he's right now QB8 going into this week. And he's had matchup games where he's put up 29 points, 22 points, 15 points. But then he went against that tough Rams defense and only put up 10 points. So again, there is some risk behind it, but he has played really well. So if you've got a deeper league, or maybe you've got a quarterback that's on a bye and you don't have a lot available, I don't mind him. Now, I'm going to sit Geno Smith. He has been atrocious. Like, sure, there's garbage time, but realistically, if you look at Geno Smith, those interceptions are absolutely killing him. You're looking at week 3. He had the best game of his season so far, but then 1 interception week 1, 3 interceptions week 2, 3 interceptions week 4. That's just too much. He's too inconsistent. He's not putting up a lot of yards. And again, like I said, week 3 was his best performance against a Washington defense that, as of right now, has played poorly. Washington has not played well at all. So again, Geno Smith is going to be on my bench if I have him. Now, jumping into the Broncos-Eagles game, I'm actually going to start both quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, obviously, even though he's not passing, and there's a whole lot going on with him between A.J. Brown and the offensive coordinator, and there's just a lot. I get it. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Jalen Hurts is still a top 10 fantasy quarterback. He's right now QB6, and a lot of it is obviously his ability to obviously rush on the ground. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns. He does have 5 passing touchdowns. He still threw 2 passing touchdowns in week 4. I know it wasn't something that people talked about, but he still did. He just doesn't have the yardage because there's no need for him to throw. This team has done a really good job getting ahead. Their defense is still starting to play a little bit better, and he's averaging 21 points in fantasy. No reason to sit him. He's going to be a start. Now, when you look at the cross, when you look at the other matchup between Bo Nix is starting to creep up. He's getting a little bit better. He's not as performing as great as he did last season, but he's coming off a 25-point performance against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I get it. Bengals defense versus Eagles defense is totally different, but you got to look at what the Eagles have dealt with. Eagles right now are allowing just over 16 points per game, which I think Bo Nix can get to that 17, 18 point range, right? The one game that the Eagles defense has actually done well was against Dak Prescott, which is shocking because if you look at the Dallas offense, has been great. But Mahomes had a 20-plus game. Matthew Stafford, a 15-point game. Baker Mayfield, a 19-point game. So the points are there and available. So I do expect, obviously, the Eagles to struggle a little bit, and I do like Bo Nix this week. Now, the next matchup is going to be the Texans versus the Ravens. CJ Stroud versus Cooper Rush. Yeah, I said it, Cooper Rush. Unfortunately, Lamar Jackson is going to miss time. He's going to be at least out until his bye week and then expected to be back due to his hamstring issue. So now you step in with the backup in Cooper Rush. Now, Cooper Rush has done okay when he played for Dallas, and it was a decent backup. We'll see how he plays out in this one, but I actually think this is going to be a tough one. Texas defense is actually pretty good. Texans are actually a team that secretly has a good defense. Their offense has just been poor. Texans are allowing the second fewest points to the quarterback position. Not a great matchup for Cooper Rush. Now here's the opposite. The Ravens are allowing the third most points to quarterback. This is the game for CJ Stroud. This has got to be the game. Stroud has struggled. He's right now quarterback 22 in fantasy. Realistically, besides his rookie season, he struggled last year, averaging 13 points per game. He's struggling this year, averaging 13 points per game. The offensive line is a big issue. Now, he did put up 18 points against the Tennessee Titans, and that's not a great defense either, but the Ravens defense is even worse. So I feel really good about CJ Stroud. He's probably one of my favorite starts this week and one of my favorite players to pick up in waivers. Dolphins versus the Panthers. Tua is a risky start. Panthers are actually really good against the quarterback position. They're actually one of the top 5 defenses, only allowing 13 points to the quarterback. The reason why I mentioned Tua is a risky start is Tua is starting to slowly get a little bit better. I know losing Tyreek Hill was a struggle and it's going to affect them, but I actually think this might be one of those weird things where maybe they actually have a balanced offense, right? They don't have to force the ball to Tyreek Hill. You still have a really good receiver in Jalen Waddle. I like Malik Washington. I think he's going to obviously have to step up. Devon Achan's obviously going to be a star. Waller looked really good. We'll see if he's healthy enough for this game. But he's a risky start. Now, again, deeper league, super flex, you're going to put Tua in. If it's just a normal 10, 12 team league, I'm going to sit him on my bench. But again, fringe possibility. Jumping to the Cowboys versus the Jets game, I actually like both quarterbacks. Cowboys, obviously, their offense has been on fire. Dak has been playing phenomenal. Right now, currently, Dak is quarterback, I think 12 right now going into fantasy, into week 5. But he's had some phenomenal games. He had a 31-point game against the Packers. He had a 22-point game against the Giants. He's had some struggle games, right? The Jets defense has been average, I guess you could call it. They've not been great. They're allowing some decent amount of points. I think right now they're allowing an average. When I last looked at their numbers, were fairly high for their normal defense. They're allowing 18 points. So for me, Dak is a must start, even without CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, you were able to see what Pickens was able to do. Now, when you look at the flip side, I got to give credit to Justin Fields. And you're playing against a really, really opportune defense that has been struggling. Dallas obviously allows a lot of points. When Fields has been able to really play and been healthy, 29 points week 1, 27 points week 4. Week 2 obviously got hurt. So again, I really like the matchup for him, his rushing ability, his ability to obviously make moves, and this defense is just struggling for Dallas. I love this matchup for him. Now jumping into the next game, when we're going to the last game of the 1 o'clock games is the Giants versus the Saints. Jackson Dart is a risky start. I love his upside. I love the energy that he brings. Him and Scatterbo love that rookie energy and that fire. But the Saints defense, again, nothing to write home about. Like, they're, again, middle of the pack. They are allowing recently a decent amount of points to the quarterback position. When you look at New Orleans, again, matchups matter, right? Who they've had to play against. They played against Josh Allen, who got 25 points. It's Josh Allen. They allowed 21 points to Mac Jones for the 49ers, 16 points to Sam Darnold, 18 points to Kyler Murray. So they allow some decent amount of points. So I do like this option for, putting in Jackson Dart if you really wanted to be risky and get some upside in there, because he has the ability to possibly put up an 18-point type of game. Now, Spencer Rattler, I'm sitting. He's been struggling. I know there's really no other option, I think, right now for the Saints, but I'm going to sit him there. Now, jumping into the 4 o'clock games, you got the Tennessee Titans versus the Cardinals. Cam Ward, sit. No reason to start him. I mean, let's just be honest. That's it. No question about it. Now, Kyler Murray, I don't know about this one, right? Now, Tennessee, hear me out. Obviously, he's not a great defense. But my concern with Kyler Murray is just him and that connection between Marvin Harrison. Titans do allow 15 points per game, right? So there's obviously that option. Kyler Murray hasn't cracked the top, 12 when it comes to fantasy, but he's had some decent games. A couple 14-point games, a 16-point game. Like, he's okay. He's more of a very low-end QB1, very low-end. Again, more geared towards deeper leagues or super flex. But if you've got him and you don't have really other options, you're going to put him in. Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. I actually love both quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Both have played really well this season. And again, defenses, right now, defense is better on the Seattle side. Seattle defense has actually improved quite a bit. They're in the top 10 when it comes to allowing fantasy points to the quarterback position. The Bucs are kind of towards the flip side of that. They're one of the bottom 10. So Sam Darnold has a little bit more upside. And right now, Baker, we're not sure if he's still going to have his receivers, right? Well, obviously, you got Godwin back. Ibuka's been hurt, but he's playing still really well. Mike Evans, obviously, we're waiting to find out with that. He missed time last week. So obviously missing that does play a factor, but you're still going to put both Baker Mayfield and you're going to put Sam Darnold in. Baker Mayfield right now is QB8. Sam Darnold has actually improved slightly. He's only QB 21, but he has improved the last few weeks. His week 1 was a stinker. But again, I like the matchup against the Bucs because the Bucs have allowed a decent amount of points. Another game is going to be the Lions versus the Bengals. Obviously, you're going to start Jared Goff. Love this matchup for him. Jared Goff right now is actually one of the better quarterbacks. Again, fringe QB 12, like QB 1. The stinker is the last 2 weeks he's only put up 12 points per game, which kind of sucks because you're going against, like, again, a Baltimore defense that you should have put up more points. I get last week he played Cleveland. Cleveland has been a phenomenal defense. You got to give him credit. So I do expect a little bit more out of Jared Goff. I think this is going to be the week for him where he has some success. Now, on the obviously flip side, Jake Browning, the Bengals just look like they're giving up. They have no fire, no energy. And it sucks because you're affecting all the players. You're affecting Chase Brown. You're affecting, obviously, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Like, the offense just looks like it's not going to play well. So I'm going to sit Jake Browning. And the last 4 o'clock game is going to be the Commanders versus the Chargers. I'm actually going to sit Marcus Mariota if he does play. If Jaden Daniels plays, I'm still kind of fringe sitting him. I'm not sure because McLaurin's going to be probably out. Chargers defense is actually still pretty good, even though they've given up some opportunities, but I still like their defense slightly. I have some nerves for both quarterbacks, but if Mariota does play, I'm sitting him. Jaden Daniels plays, risky start, but I'm going to lean more towards sitting. Now, on the flip side, I am going to put, obviously, Justin Herbert because the Commanders have allowed a decent amount of points, allowing 19 fantasy points to the quarterback position, and Herbert is QB 11 going into week 5. Great upside. Love the receivers. Obviously, I know Ladd McConkey has not played well, especially for anybody who's drafted him probably in the 2nd or 3rd round. You're expecting a lot more. But I hate to say it, Keenan Allen coming there was huge for Justin Herbert. Not great for McConkey. And then obviously Quentin Johnston, man, he has become the wide receiver they had expected. Which a lot of people gave up on him, and now he's phenomenal. So I really love that one. Now, jumping into the Sunday night game, you got the Patriots versus the Bills. Looking forward to this one. It's going to be a really fun game. I actually think the Bills might be on upset alert. I like the way this Patriots team is playing. I like the way Drake May is playing. I'm going to put him in if I can. A little bit of a risky start, but I really like Drake May. He's done a phenomenal job. This offense is getting a little bit better. And when you're looking at him, he's QB5 right now in fantasy. Like, he's put up some phenomenal points. Again, his rushing upside, his ability to throw. He's thrown, I think, 7 touchdowns so far this season, so he's really doing well. I really like this game. This is going to be a fun one to watch. And of course, you're going to put Josh Allen in. Now, the Monday night game, you got the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Now, they're going to be playing in Jacksonville. We'll see. There's supposed to be some expected rain. We'll see how that plays out in this one. But I'm going to put Patrick Mahomes in, obviously, in your lineup. Great start. Jacksonville is actually a defense that has not played very well, about middle of the pack when it comes to the league. The Chiefs defense have actually played pretty well. Got to give them credit, top 10 when it comes to only allowing 14 points. And Trevor Lawrence, I'm not super excited about his matchup. Still a lot going on. Brian Thomas Jr. has not been the way he's played. Travis Hunter's not being utilized properly. I mean, really, their running game is the only thing that's kind of helping them out. But so I'm going to sit Trevor Lawrence this week. So those are my start sits and maybe some risky starts for week 5 of the NFL. Again, quarterback position. If you guys haven't, always check out my other start and sit videos to help you out, breaking down each matchup to help you guys there. If you guys have questions, hit me up in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, that like button, it always helps out. Share this with maybe some friends that are not in your leagues. And again, hit me up in the comments. Love to help you out. And I'll check you guys out next time.